Today on CTV News at 5, shots fired in Waterloo. The investigation into the region's 8th shooting of the year. Plus, a dog rescued after a steep fall in Allora. The mission and how crews were able to find Willow. And advice for Canadians traveling to the U.S. as a parasitic outbreak continues to spread. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Regional police are investigating the region's 8th shooting of the year. A man was found after being shot on Marshall Street in Waterloo over the weekend. As CTV's Hannah Schmidt tells us, police believe the people involved knew each other.
Police tape now surrounds part of Marshall Street in Waterloo after investigators spent the day combing the area for evidence following an overnight shooting.
And it was just a scene of chaos out here.
A 31-year-old man was rushed to hospital with serious but non-life-threatening injuries after officers were called to Marshall Street around 12:15 Sunday morning.
Obviously, any sort of shooting incident is concerning no matter where it is located. And in this one, we're really appealing to members of the public. Anyone who heard anything, saw anything, anyone who has information, we're really encouraging them to come forward.
Residents say they woke up to flashing lights, heavily armed officers, and a massive police presence.
We saw police officers running by with assault rifles. It was just all the excitement of the police and the police telling us, get back inside, get back inside.
Hoff says Marshall Street is normally quiet, making Sunday's incident all the more unsettling.
There's a couple of houses up here that are stoop houses. They get a little rowdy at times, but it's just parties and whatnot. And other than that, it's been very, very quiet.
Investigators believe the people involved knew each other, but beyond that, few details have been released. Police aren't yet saying what led to the shooting or whether anyone remains outstanding. No suspect information has been released at this time. Throughout the day, detectives went door to door looking for surveillance video from nearby homes and businesses.
Members of the community can expect to see an increased police presence in the area of Marshall Street throughout the day as investigators canvass the area for additional witnesses and video footage.
Police are now asking anyone who was in the area before or shortly after midnight, especially anyone with security or dash camera footage, to contact investigators.
Police did receive the call at approximately 12:15 a.m., so we'd be looking for any video footage or anyone who was in the area prior to that and up until 12:15 and shortly thereafter.
The incident marks Waterloo Region's 8th shooting of the year. Of those 8 shootings, 5, including this latest incident in Waterloo, have resulted in reported injuries, while 3 others did not. Hannah Schmidt, CTV News, Waterloo.
A dog has been reunited with her family following a dramatic rescue mission spanning 3 days at the Elora Gorge Conservation Park. For more, let's join CTV's Karis Mapp, who spoke with the owner earlier today. Karis, the family is from Ingersoll, but was camping at the park when their dog Willow went missing.
That's right, Leanne. 3-year-old Willow went missing Wednesday afternoon. Once park officials were notified, a team went searching and saw the pup roughly fall 60 feet down the gorge. That's when fire crews were called in. Members of the Centre Wellington Fire Rescue Team rappelled down the gorge on ropes Wednesday evening and searched for hours but weren't able to find the dog. They eventually called off the search when it was starting to get dark. It wasn't until 2 days after, once Willow's family left to go home, when volunteers with Ground Search and Rescue Tape W went to Allora to help with the search. They spotted Willow on Friday and fire crews returned to help to bring the pup to safety.
Ground Search and Rescue does have a handheld scope that we use to try and look for infrared to see if there's any movement, any breathing. So we did scope her at that point and there was red, and then we saw her lift her head. So then it was just how quickly can we get her to safety.
I was thinking the worst. I'm like, oh my gosh, my dog's injured. My dog's might be dead. I was heartbroken. And then so we had to leave. And then as soon as I got home, I got the call from the ground search and they're like, we found your dog. I was like, oh my God. So I got home and then I went back.
Willow was taken to a nearby animal hospital, and despite the steep fall, she walked away with minor injuries. Now, Willow is recovering from exhaustion and dehydration. At 6, I'll have more on the rescue efforts. Leanne.
Okay, Karis, wow, thank you for that. CTV's Karis Mapp joining us live this hour. A major road work project is creating significant delays in South Kitchener. King Street East between Deer Ridge and Sportsville Drive is torn up as part of a 7-month-long construction project that'll include widening of the road and the creation of a large median that will be part of the future LRT construction. Drivers we spoke with say with all the traffic delays, they've been looking for detours.
And I've never timed it, but I know it's enough that I'll take an alternative route that takes me longer, but at least the traffic's slowing and I'm moving, not stuck in a line with my foot on the brake waiting for the next chance to move a few feet.
The nearly $33 million project is scheduled to last until early December, with some minor work required again in the spring of 2027. And Ashley's here with us as we turn to the forecast. Ashley, we know that construction all too well because we are located in that area here
sure
at CTV
are.
Kitchener.
Construction season, you know, we kind of have to expect it a little bit every summer. With the heat comes the work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what? It was a beautiful start to the day. Things turning a little bit now this afternoon, but it was a nice start to the weekend.
Yeah, we noticed those skies getting a little bit darker out there this afternoon. You could feel the mugginess in the air as well. I don't know if the rain's quite started here in our neck of the woods.
We saw a few little sprinkles earlier, and it's going to continue. Let's take a look. There is actually some watches and warnings in place. So in the yellow, a yellow watch in effect for severe thunderstorms. So that is just south of Waterloo region, but we are looking at that potentially moving towards us in the next few hours. In the red, that is a warning. So that means it is currently active. So if you are in that red zone, make sure you are taking precautions to be safe. As we take a look at the radar, you can see that's just pushing through just below Waterloo region, but right now things are really not too bad. 26 out there. Let's take a look from outside at this hour to get a better sneak peek at what we can expect through the next few days. So you can see there, those skies are getting quite darkly in, and I think we have another couple of hours, but get those umbrellas handy.
Yeah, we were saying we gotta get out to walk the dogs before that rain moves in tonight.
Fingers crossed.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll tell you what you need to know as we do. The Cambridge Rib Fest and Craft Beer Show is set to take over Riverside Park this weekend. The fun kicks off at noon on Friday. There will also be a free Rib Fest shuttle bus to take you from parking to the event. You can find out more information about that online. Stay with us.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. ctvkitchener.ca, your home for news.
Canadians traveling to the U.S. are being warned to be extra vigilant in the face of a cyclosporiasis outbreak that continues to spread. Let's discuss with Dr. Nicola Mercer, the Medical Officer of Health in Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. Great to see you. Thanks for your time.
Oh, my pleasure.
Tell us a little bit about this parasite and what it is.
Yeah, so this is one that we actually do see every year in our local area, but not many cases because it's imported. It thrives in tropical or subtropical areas, and it's a parasite that actually lives in either soil, water. So for people who are eating food or drinking water, that's actually how it is spread. It doesn't go person to person, so that's a good thing. But this parasite actually also has a fairly long incubation. And that's a problem when you're trying to figure out the source, especially of a food or waterborne outbreak, because most of us can't remember what we ate 10 days or 2 weeks ago, which is sometimes as long as people get symptoms after they eat contaminated food or water.
For someone that does get sick from this, how does it differ from a typical stomach bug that you'd see?
That's an interesting question. In some ways, it doesn't differ a lot. There are other bugs that can cause the same types of symptoms, but what this one does cause is very severe watery diarrhea, which is often accompanied by cramping. You may get some bloating or gas, and you may not get a lot of notice that you're going to have diarrhea, and you may have some systemic symptoms. When I say that, I mean things like a headache, or I don't feel well, or I'm not hungry. Those are the kinds of symptoms you have. But there are a few other things that can cause these symptoms. So if you are experiencing diarrhea of anything that we've just described, it's probably a good idea to have it checked out unless it goes away very quickly.
Cyclosporiasis is spreading quite rapidly south of the border in some states. What's the level of concern in Canada and in Ontario right now?
Well, so far in Ontario, we don't actually have any evidence that we have imported particularly vegetables or fruits that have been contaminated with Cyclospora. Actually, in Ontario right now, you can get all the produce you want locally. We've got certainly all kinds of lettuce or leafy greens in Ontario, so look for Ontario produce. Most of the produce in the states that they have found has come from other countries where this particular parasite is quite common. It's also rather difficult to wash it off your fruits or vegetables, so that again is another compounding factor. But in Ontario, I can tell you that we're tracking cases locally across Ontario, and we're tracking about normal. We may have seen a slight uptick, but there's actually no evidence that we are connected to this outbreak as yet. But just for everyone to know, we are keeping a very close eye on it.
Okay, and given that, is there any reason right now that people should change how they're buying groceries at all, or how they're handling their food at home?
Well, I think the number one thing is, and it's always a good idea, if you can buy local fruits and vegetables, especially when they're in season, they're fresher, you support the local economy, you support our local farmers. And in many ways, they actually just taste better because they've just come from a farm to your table in a very short order. So that's a good thing to do. But for all fruits and vegetables, you should wash them. It's not just for parasites or bacteria or anything else that may be on them, the little creepy crawlies that come along sometimes in our fresh fruit and vegetables. Just wash them well. When it comes to imported food, again, just follow the same advice. Anything that comes south of the border or from perhaps South America, again, keep and wash it well. But when it comes to something like Cyclospora, you really do have to rely on those of us in public health who are really keeping a close eye on what is happening, your CFIA, your Canada Food Inspection Agency, to try and ensure that those things that are brought into our country are as safe as possible.
And lastly, just your advice for people who are traveling to the States.
Yeah, this is interesting. Like in general, I would say, you shouldn't be too worried. If you're traveling to a state or an area where you know there happens to be a significant number of cases, and you can follow that through your local media, the best advice, and this isn't my advice always, but the best advice is to eat cooked stuff. So if it's baked, boiled, or I'm sad to say deep fried, those things don't transmit parasites. So it's really the fresh fruits and vegetables. So it's the salads in particular, the leafy green vegetables. You can't wash it off. It just has too many nooks and crannies for this particular parasite to hide in. If it can be peeled, if you can peel it, then it's probably safe to eat.
Okay, Dr. Nicola Mercer is the Medical Officer of Health in Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph. Dr. Mercer, thanks for your time.
And thanks for having me.
And as we take you to break, we'll check our Need to Know calendar. If you're a fan of wrestling, Maxwell's Concerts and Events has you covered. Northern Outlaw Wrestling is coming to town August 8th. Tickets for the event can be found online. Stay with us.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, summer is the season for events, and of course, we had the Rib Fest.
Yes, I made a little mistake. I was too hungry and thought it was this weekend, but it's actually next weekend, August 7th to 9. So it is coming, but you're going to have to wait a week longer, just like me.
There you go.
Sorry, guys.
That's what you need to know.
I'm just hungry, and I wanted it to happen sooner than later.
I know. I mean, it's always around this time where we're like talking about, we seem to be talking about food in our need-to-know calendar all the time with so many events going on, and it makes us hungry here.
It is the season for good eats.
Exactly.
And good weather, but we just have to get through a couple of days of rain. But as we know, we've had such a good stretch. It's gonna, you know, it's needed, Leanne. And as we take a look at that sky from the Sports World area in Kitchener this hour, things are starting to look more and more like rain is on the way. And I will say we are looking at potentially some thunderstorm activity over through the overnight hours and into tomorrow. We aren't under a watch at this stage, but just south of us is currently under a yellow watch issued by Environment Canada earlier this afternoon. We have just come out of a warning zone near Port Stanley, so we're keeping an eye on any warnings that pop up. Warnings, of course, mean that the storm is actually happening, whereas a watch is it could happen. So as we continue through the next few hours, make sure to keep an eye on ctvnewskitchener.ca. Of course, tune in at 6 o'clock as well, and we'll have the latest on what this storm activity is doing. Either way, whether it's a storm, we are expecting rain, so keep those umbrellas handy because it could get messy for the next 12 to 24 hours. Spotty conditions continuing through your Tuesday, even after the heavier stuff clears up. So don't put those umbrellas away, even if it appears to be a bit sunny out there. Right now on the west coast of the country, not a bad day, a little bit cooler. 19 degrees in Prince George, Vancouver, 18 for Victoria. On the other side of the Rockies, a beautiful day in Calgary, 27, but just a few hours north in Edmonton, 19 there with a bit of rain. As we push through the prairie provinces, a much nicer summer day there, 29 in Regina, 29 in Winnipeg as well, with a mix of sun and cloud. And as we move further east towards our nation's capital, not a bad day, 28 in Ottawa, 28 in Montreal, 29 in Vancouver in Windsor, and 27 as we push through Quebec City. Here in the East Coast, it's raining in Halifax and 14 in St. John. So a little bit cooler further east. Here in Waterloo region, we're sitting at 25 degrees, but believe it or not, there's quite a bit of humidity out there, feeling closer to 30 at this hour. Now that has started to come down as this system with the rain pushes through. So we are seeing temperatures starting to lower. Unfortunately, it's not going to get too low tonight. It is going to be a warmer night. 18 is the expected overnight low. 20 kilometer-an-hour wind coming in through the south. Now that wind is going to turn westerly tomorrow. Temperatures rising to about 24 degrees. So not quite as warm as we felt today, but definitely still very summer-like. And as we get a closer look at our first at 5 forecast for Waterloo region, rain expected to continue into your Wednesday, a high of 25. But by the back end of the week, Leanne, sun is going to make a return. A beautiful Thursday at 27, 25 for Friday, and a little bit of cloud cover for your Saturday, but a nice day at 27.
Okay, Ash, thanks for that. And we will take a look at what is trending next. San Diego Comic-Con was held over the weekend, which has become one of the marquee events for announcing Hollywood blockbusters. Ryan Gosling will be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Ghost Rider. The film, which is set to be directed by fellow Canadian Sean Levy, is set to be released in 2028. It is the third film to feature the Ghost Rider character, following a pair of films in 2007 and in 2011 starring Nicolas Cage. Okay, still ahead on CTV News at 5, departments dissolved. The changes happening for certain programs at the University of Waterloo and the reason for the shakeup. And here's what you need to know. King Street Unplugged pedestrian block is happening this week in downtown Kitchener from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. A portion of King Street will be closed to traffic. There will be a daily kids zone, art vendors, and much more. You can check out the full schedule for that event online. Here's the final Channel 5 stories we're keeping an eye on today. More than a dozen departments within a University of Waterloo faculty have been dissolved as part of a structural shakeup. The programs will stay the same, but they will now fall under 6 schools rather than their respective departments. The director of one of the new schools says the move makes way for efficiency, communication, and collaboration between disciplines.
We've come together in a new organization to, as we could talk about, better serve our students, better serve our faculty, and make a more vibrant working place, even more vibrant working conditions and learning conditions for everybody here at the university.
At 6, CTV's Alexandra Hollick will have more on what the changes mean for students. The CNE will host its annual job fair this week as the X gets set to return for another year. And this year, they're branching out with other community organizations to help more people find work. The event will be held at the Enercare Center on Wednesday. The CNE and its vendors will be looking to fill approximately 720 positions that are still available. They include cashiers, game attendants, and informational guides. Officials say they have already received more than 49,000 applications online and hire for more than 5,000 jobs each year. The Canadian National Exhibition is set to kick off August 21st. The Retail Council of Canada has released its back-to-school shopping survey. The survey finds 99% of parents plan to shop in-store for back-to-school essentials this year. Nearly 50% plan to use artificial intelligence-powered shopping tools to build lists, compare prices, or decide on where to shop. The Retail Council says average household spending ranges from $600 to $750 per child when electronics are included, making it one of the most significant retail events of the year. Canada geese can typically be unpleasant, but the birds are actually even meaner than usual right now. It's currently molting season for the birds, which sees them shed all their feathers and grow new ones. During this time, they are unable to fly, with many choosing to stay by the water to easily escape predators. Experts say because they are vulnerable, they become more defensive and aggressive if approached. The molting season is set to end in early August. And finally for us, some people spent the weekend getting some new ink in support of a good cause. The Kitchener-Waterloo Stratford Perth Humane Society held its 2nd annual Forever Inked event in Waterloo Saturday. A handful of tattoo artists volunteered their time and talent. Each design cost $125, with all proceeds going towards animals in need at the shelter. The goal was to raise $10,000. Pretty incredible stuff, and I think they were well on their way to their goal when we talked with them Saturday. All right, that's it for us. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.